and welcome to the Valley Kingwood Library's First Friday STEM project. This time, we're going to be exploring paper circuits. If you picked up your bag at the library, you should have found inside two pieces that are part of the template, a piece of copper conductive tape, a cell battery, and an LED bulb. You're also going to need some tape and glue, a scissors, and something to poke a hole, like a small screwdriver or a skewer, or even a toothpick will work. For energy to work, it has to move. It has to move in a circuit. Energy that's in a battery is just stored energy that we can't actually take advantage of unless we have it flowing in and then loop back out and come back into the battery so that the electricity can move. If I put a wire and hooked it to the top of the battery and to the bottom, it would make a complete circuit that is almost a circle, so the energy can flow around. And if I break that circle, the energy is going to stop. And that's just what we do when we turn on a light switch in our house. We would have the energy coming in from the house, coming to the light switch, then to the bulb, and the bulb is going to then connect back around to a circuit. A light switch is going to be what breaks the circle and stops the flow of electricity, which means that the light bulb is going to go off. That's just what we're going to be doing today with our paper circuit. So let's start building our paper circuit. So you're going to take out your template, and the first thing you're going to do is you're going to cut along the dotted line below the robot and cut off the extra cardstock that we don't need. And you're going to do the same thing for the schematic of where we put the battery. Cut along the dotted line. Once you have this cut out, this line here, which is a solid line, you're not going to cut on. That one we're going to fold after we've put down our copper conductive tape and our batteries. The next thing you're going to do is to take a skewer or take some small pointy thing, and you want to poke a hole in the middle of the heart to make room for the LED bulb to be able to be pushed through. So you can see that I've put a hole right in the middle. When using copper conductive tape, the energy is going to flow along the top where the copper is, but the sticky part on the back is going to inhibit the flow of the energy. So we want to make sure that we have a continuous line. And to do that, I'm going to show you on something bigger. Your copper conductive tape is going to lay flat. You're going to go a little bit past the line, and instead of going towards the line you want to go to, you're actually going to go away. So you're going to make a right angle or a 90-degree turn away from the direction you want to go in, and then you're going to fold the copper conductive tape back and lay it, so now it's making a right angle. And you'll see that it's now going in the direction you want to go. When you are done, you're going to cut off the tape so that it ends before we're going to place the LED bulb. We're going to do the same thing when we start laying the tape here. Again, we're going to go past the direction we want to go in, fold away from the direction we're going in, and then fold it back down. And since we have 3 corners, we're going to have to do that 3 times. Fold away, and then fold back in the direction you're going in so that you make a corner. So now that you've practiced making the turns, let's lay this down and using the copper conductive tape. You want to start by putting the first piece, and I've bent back the paper on the back, put it on top of the plus sign, and you want to lay it down on the line. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you're aiming in that direction. And now we're making our turn. So fold away from the direction I want to go in, and now fold back. And when I've laid this part down, I'm going to take my scissors and make a cut. And now I'm going to start again. Going to lay it down. Oops. Going to lay it down, go past a little bit from where I want to go, fold away from the direction, and then make my turn. And I'm going to just sort of gently push down so that the tape is sticking onto its pathway. Now that I've gotten to this end, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go away from the direction I need to go in, and then fold it back. And you're going to lay this down until you cover it all the way. It can go off the end of the page or cut it a little bit before, but you just want it to be over the negative sign. And now I completed the pathway for the copper, which is going to bring the energy around. Now we have to put on our energy source. You're going to take your battery and open it. Make sure you keep this out of little kids and dogs' hands. And you're going to see that there's a plus side and a minus side. The plus side is the shiny side. The negative is going to be a little bit rougher. You're going to take the plus side and put it down right in the middle of the circle, right on top of the copper tape. And this is when the tape is going to come in handy. You don't want to cover the whole battery because you're going to need this side to touch in order to make the whole circuit. So take a little bit of tape and you just want it on the edges to hold the battery down. The next part is going to be our light source. And if you look carefully at an LED bulb, you'll see there's two prongs. One is longer than the other. The long one is our positive one, so that we're going to pull out at a 90 degree towards the battery, and the negative one is going to be pulled out at a 90 degrees away from the battery. And now we have to tape it on. So it's now touching the copper on either side, and we're going to tape that down so that we can keep that connection between the prong, and you want it right on the tape, and a little bit over on the other side to keep it down and connected. In order for this electricity to flow along the tape, touching the tine into the battery, into the light, which will light up, and then off to the other side to continue on its path around. Now that we've built our pathway, we want to test to make sure that everything is working, and this is where that line comes in. You want to fold that bottom flap up, and so the tape on this side is now touching the negative. The electricity is now going to be flowing in a circle. You've made a complete circuit. And when you lift it, you're breaking the circuit just like you flip the light switch of the lights at home. So how are we going to put our robot on? We're going to find our hole and find the LED bulb through the hole and push it right through the heart. I use a little bit of a glue stick, and you can glue a little bit of the top here and push this down so that it will stay. You can also use tape and tape the top. And now every time you close up the bottom, you have a robot with a light up heart. And now that you have put it all together and assembled it, when you push on the books, you're gonna light up his heart. See, he loves books. And when you let go, it goes off. Push on the books and the light goes on. I hope you enjoyed this First Friday STEM project. See you at the library.